The ascent up the steep hill is slow-going in the oven-like heat of the Middle East. One sandaled foot in front of the other, I step closer to the top. Finally, I reach the stone-capped platform and am privy to a panoramic view of the Jezreel Valley. Like a bird of prey, I scan the horizon for my prize. The small town of Nazareth, peppered with slate-gray buildings, comes into focus. I can almost hear a cinematic soundtrack converging upon this moment, the orchestra's score swelling across the desert landscape as it reaches Mount Precipice. I imagine a sweeping aerial shot from a drone, circling over the ancient landmark as I, a 40-something from the middle of Michigan, am close to encountering something I've been greatly anticipating. Mount Precipice is believed to be the place the Nazareth townies wanted to throw Jesus off a cliff. See Luke chapter 4, verses 28 through 30. Thankfully, they didn't get their way. Jesus passed right through the crowd and went on his way. Luke chapter 4, verse 30. With the patchwork of fertile fields below and Mount Tabor and Mount Gilboa in the distance, our trip's instructor begins talking about a woman from Scripture he has already mentioned numerous times throughout our travels. Deborah. Every time he mentioned her, something stirred in my soul. I was compelled to pay close attention. With the bird's eye view from Mount Precipice, I take in the scope of the battle that Deborah and Barak led in response to the Lord's command, recorded in Judges chapter 4. Over 1,000 years before Jesus was spared from premature destruction near his hometown, as recounted in Luke chapter 4, verses 28 through 30, and before Jesus delivered us from sin's destruction by dying on the cross, God provided judges like Deborah to serve as temporary deliverers to his people. The judges helped the people make wise decisions in a morally corrupt and hostile climate, pointing to their ultimate need for a permanent deliverer. Before we navigate our way through Judges chapters 1 through 5, it is important to understand key components of God's character and his plan to deliver humanity from the bondage of sin and restore us to himself. The judges were given to provide temporary deliverance to God's people, whose enemies ruled over them because the people had rebelled against God's clear instructions. Yet the greater purpose of the judges was to point the Israelites, and us as well, to our need for a perfect and complete deliverer, Jesus Christ, who died and rose to free us from the earthly burden and eternal consequences of sin once and for all.